Hello guys and welcome by watching CryptoZoo weekly news. Let's take a look at the Bitcoin last moves, Bitcoin divergences and possible next movement of Bitcoin. I will go directly to 1 hour chart and take a look at the fact that we had a small bullish divergence, and with the 1 hour RSI which is something that we have seen a few times here in this downtrend, just like I pointed out in the last video. And every time we see these boost divergences, we at least see a nice breed and some upward momentum. The big question is if this is going to change the trend or if we are still in the downtrend. If we look at the level where we came, attacking this orange line that is actually 200 exponential moving average line, we can see that this is the most probably the highest point of this rally. Looking closely now at the level of 10,800 and crossing of this level and actually crossing of this downtrend line that now acts as a resistance would mean a further upward trend and probably would be short-term bullish, and it would indicate that we are getting a trend change, because currently we are in downtrend and not even this bump to the upside has changed the fact that we are in downtrend, and this is still a lower high compared to this one, and we are still below the 4 hour rebound. But as soon as we break above this level, then we are definitely changing trends in the short term. So actually now we are at the critical point in this exact moment, and you can also see that we're right now back about this major level. So I think a valid question would be, is this is just a fake out breakout and are we now still in this major downtrend, or will something like horizontal triangle play out? That's possible. I don't think it's a little bit weird as if this was, because there is a huge amount of volume, there's sheer amount of volume that we got from this big dump. So we're gonna have to watch this. I mean, if we right now can confirm support from this support line again, then it would make sense probably with another leg up, and maybe we have some big horizontal triangle. If this plays out, then it would actually probably make more sense to have a bullish scenario rather than a bearish scenario, but we can talk more about that if we do so about here, because right now, like I said, we are still below the key resistance, so we need to see to break up or to break back down again before we can know what is going on. But in my honest opinion, not any financial advice, we just need to see a level of 8,500 or 8,600-700 that I was talking about already last 3 weeks. Possibly we will go even lower, or at least that's more likely scenario for me personally. What's your opinion? Write me in the comments, let me know, share your opinions, and we will see what it makes in upcoming days. There were some speculations on the market that due to approving of Bitcoin legality in the China, this last bump has occurred. Bitcoin was just recognized as a legal virtual property, and I personally don't know what exactly that means, but it sounds like a good news and important step for Chinese market to me. We can check trading volumes, and as you can see, these huge green numbers are from China. Nowadays we cannot see any huge amounts, but it doesn't mean that Chinese are not trading crypto or they gave it up. They more likely use VPNs for operations with crypto, shady operations and so on. There was another hearing of Congress about Bitcoin, Libra and so on. Ms. Demirors, who's been Bitcoin advocate for a long time, was defending Bitcoin, explaining differences in very clever and easy to understand way. She was also explaining what shitcoin means. Let's have a quick look at this video.
You know, a lot of people in this space will use a phrase that you may be familiar with. There's Bitcoin and then there's shitcoin. Are you familiar with that phrase and what people might mean by that?
I am.
So could you elaborate on how people would differentiate the two?
Absolutely. I think the idea here is Bitcoin has had a long track record The network has been operating for 10 years. The Bitcoin network has been tested. The decentralized nature of the Bitcoin protocol has been tested. People have tried to co-opt control of Bitcoin source code and push it in certain directions that benefit their business models. And this network and this protocol and its open source governance have withstood that test. It is robust, it has been tested, and it has had the benefit, frankly, of spending its first 5 years in its nascency, sort of operating in this environment of innovation and not having a lot of regulatory attention.
Is there a central authority that could dilute the value of Bitcoin?
No.
Is there a central authority that could filter transactions at Bitcoin?
No, that can only be done through the products and services that people utilize to access the network.
Like Coinbase, for example.
Absolutely. That is a US company that is regulated based on the facts of what its business model is.
I honestly have to show you one more video crypto related where Steven Mnuchin, Secretary of the Treasury, shares his concerns about Bitcoin becoming equivalent to Swiss bank accounts, and a CNBC anchorman can't hold his surprisement while hearing about how fiat dollars, euros have not been used for any money laundering and they are completely clear. Let's have a look at this.
Maybe it's a little easier at this point in the technology for certain illicit activities, but that can't be the reason, to say you're not going to use something. We wouldn't even use cash then, because cash is laundered all the time and used for nefarious That's all we've ever used for nefarious activities, and we certainly had plenty of them.
I don't think that's accurate at all. That cash is laundered all the time. We have the strongest AML system in the world. We just came back from FATF, where on a global basis, they've agreed to implement money laundering. I think, as you know, we use sanctions tools. So we combat bad actors in the U.S. dollar every day to protect the U.S. financial system. And all we're saying is
that there's been a lot of nefarious activities historically, and it's never involved Bitcoin. So obviously, it's been pretty successfully done with cash. That's all I'm saying.
Right. Cash has never been used for money laundering, and Libra is the best cryptocurrency or cryptocurrency. Here I will paste an article for you which you can show to anyone when asking you about Facebook Libra coin and why there is such a negative atmosphere around this. Just a short recap. Libra is controlled by Facebook. It's not decentralized. It's tied to national currencies and other stable financial assets. Money supply is controlled by Libra Association, and it will initially run on permission blockchain, meaning that miners have to ask for permission or approval before mining. Okay. Just from this you can know that it's really not what we want. Market is measured through market capitalization, usually on CoinMarketCap, but it's not really exact way of method how to count it right. Circulating supply multiply the price for one coin. Yeah. But there are different circulating supplies and total supplies, different markets when coins are listed, and it seems that overall market overview is different than in reality. In this article you can see that market capitalization according to this way of measuring is attacking or actually reaching new all-time high. Interesting article. Link will be pasted below this video, you can read this. BitMEX isn't a CFTC registered platform, thus it's illegal for Americans to trade the crypto derivatives listed on the Bitcoin exchange. BitMEX was established somewhere on Seychelles Islands or so on, and of course Americans even were prohibited, they were trading through VPN or other services. And we talked about this lastly, and now the court is really going on, so we will see how it goes with BitMEX. Personally, I'm not trading on BitMEX, I'm not daily trader. If you are, write me your opinion. Everyone knows that crypto market is relatively easy to manipulate. Here you can read about a guy who admits that for 15k you are able to manipulate your trading volumes, get to CoinMarketCap and actually look like a really big traded project. But the reality is usually different. Yeah, nothing unusual in crypto space. this happens and finally someone has talked about this. I will paste the link for you below this video. You can read, you can have your opinion on this, maybe you have your experience, write us. Much better news for the crypto space is that there is no ban for cryptocurrencies from India. Simply said, as there is no special explanation, India, like other countries, tries to regulate crypto market rather than to ban it. It's definitely a better approach, but of course it depends what kind of regulation takes place and we can just observe this. Despite the fact that I don't really like the Ripple at all, it looks like that they have partnered with Sandbay.com, which have partnered with MoneyGram, and Sandbay is the money operator for Samsung Pay. Will that be a huge thing, or is that just another partnership by Ripple just to show off? Anyway, Ripple knows how to attract its community, how to make hype, and how to bring out the cheesy news. Already by our last CryptoZone news we have mentioned Deutsche Bank, and there is another one article online that literally says that people are withdrawing 1 billion worth of fiat daily from Deutsche. If this is really the truth, we can easily start calling Deutsche Bank European Lehman Brothers, or at least it starts looking like in Greece few years ago by last crisis, when people were not able to withdraw any money from ATMs and their accounts were frozen. And yeah, this is definitely another huge reason why we need to build parallel economic system that is not connected to governments anyhow. This has been the last news for this week, guys. I'm curious how the situation with Deutsche Bank really goes, as well with Bitcoin, and if my prediction for 8,500 will work out. We will definitely update you soon in a week, and if you haven't subscribed the channel yet, hit the both buttons below this video. We wish you a great week, stay tuned, and see you soon, guys.